We have taken a look at graphing the parent function and then graphing ones that had either an a value out front of either 1 or -1. Notice now we're a little bit different in that we have a number 2. So I will change it slightly, but not much. So first we need to, if you recall from our directions, we need to identify the vertex. So if I look here, inside the parentheses I have x minus 4, so that means that my x coordinate is 4. And now I have a minus 5, so it's a y coordinate of -5. So now we get to go ahead and substitute in our values. And so I need to pick my values, so I'm going to go 3, 2, 5, and 6. So I'm on either side, keeping it pretty close. So first we have y equals 2 times 2 minus 4 squared minus 5. 2 minus 4 is -2. -2 squared is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 minus 5 is 3. Then we have y equals 2 times 3 minus 4 squared minus 5. And 3 minus 4 is -1. -1 squared is 1. 1 times 2 is 2. 2 minus 5 is -3. And if you ever start seeing your patterns right away, please feel free to fill them in. Y equals 2 times 5 minus 4 squared minus 5. 5 minus 4 is 1. 1 squared is 1. 1 times 2 is 2. 2 minus 5 is -3. And then finally, y equals 2 times quantity 6 minus 4 squared minus 5. 6 minus 4 is 2. 2 squared is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 minus 5 is 3. And as always, we're going to go ahead and finish it out by plotting your points. So 2, 3, 3, -3, 4, -5, 5, -3, and 6, 3. Now if you notice and compare this, if you flip back to your parent function and take a look at it, you'll notice that it's a little bit steeper. It's not as wide of a parabola as you have been seeing. All right, let's take a look at one more example. This one I want you to pause, go ahead and do the work yourself. It's the same process, just different numbers. And then hit play when you are done and check to see if you did it correctly. Okay, first we're going to take a look at finding that vertex. X plus 2 implies that it's a -2, and the -1 on the end makes the vertex -2, -1. So now when I pick numbers on either side, I'll go -1, 0 to go bigger, and -3, -4 on the opposite side. Substituting in, we've got y equals -3 times -4 plus 2 squared minus 1. -4 plus 2 is -2. -2 squared is 4. 4 times -3 is 12 minus 1, which is 11. Then we have y equals -3 times -3 plus 2 squared minus 1. -3 plus 2 is -1. -1 squared is 1. 1 times -3 is -3. -3 minus 1 is -4. Y equals -3 times -1 plus 2 squared minus 1. -1 plus 2 is +1. 1 squared is 1 times -3 is -3. -3 minus 1 is -4. And finally, y equals -3. 0 plus 2 squared minus 1. 0 plus 2 is 2. 2 squared is 4. 4 times -3 is -12. -12, I apologize, this should be -11. -12 minus 1, oh, I made a mistake. Let's go ahead and fix that. -4 plus 2 is -2. -2 squared is 4. 4 times -3 is -12. -12 minus 1 would be negative 13. My apologies. So we'll fix that here. Please be aware that I am human. I do make mistakes. So let's go ahead and plot those points. So we have negative 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yes, it does go off the graph. We will make do. Negative 3, negative 4, negative 2, negative 1, negative 1, negative 4, and 0, negative 13. And as you can see, as I mentioned earlier, when you have the number out in front of the graph that is bigger than 1, it makes it a skinnier parabola, as is evidenced by this one being even skinnier. What you need to do now is to go ahead and do the U-try problem. I want to emphasize this trimester. They are called U-try problems because I do expect you to come to class with an effort made on doing these problems yourself. These can and will become part of your POD problems.